Alexander Gordon Laing. Major Alexander Gordon Laing, December 27, 1794, September 26, 1826, was a British explorer and the first European to reach Timbuktu, arriving there via the north to south route in August 1826. He was killed shortly after he departed Timbuktu, some 5 weeks later. Early life. Laing was born in Edinburgh in late 1794. He was educated by his father, William Laing, who was a private teacher of classics, and at the University of Edinburgh. In 1811, he went to Barbados as clerk to his maternal uncle Colonel Gabriel Gordon. Military service. Through General Sir George Beckwith, the governor of Barbados, he obtained an ensigncy in the York Light Infantry Volunteers in 1813. He was promoted lieutenant without purchase in 1815 and transferred to the 2nd West India Regiment after his former regiment was disbanded in 1817. In 1822 he transferred into the Royal African Colonial Corps as a captain. In that year, while with his regiment at Sierra Leone, he was sent by the governor Sir Charles McCarthy to the Mandingo country, with the double object of opening up commerce and endeavoring to abolish the slave trade in that region. Later that year, Laing visited Falaba, the capital of the Solomona country, and ascertained the source of the Rokal. He endeavored to reach the source of the Niger, but was stopped by the natives. He was, however, able to fix it with approximate accuracy. In 1824 he was granted the local rank of Major in Africa only. He took an active part in the Ashanti War of 1823-24, and was sent home with the dispatches containing the news of the death in action of Sir Charles McCarthy. While in England in 1824, Laing prepared a narrative of his journeys, which was published in 1825 and entitled Travels in the Timani, Karanko, and Sulima countries, in Western Africa. Trip to Timbuktu. Laing believed he had found the source of the Niger and proposed to travel along the river to its delta. Joseph Banks, president of the African Association, supported his project, hoping that the expedition would reveal the location of Timbuktu. Henry, 3rd Earl Bathurst, then Secretary for the Colonies, instructed Captain Laing to undertake a journey, via Tripoli and Timbuktu, to further elucidate the hydrography of the Niger Basin. Laing left England in February 1825, and at Tripoli on 14 July he married Emma Warrington, daughter of the British consul. 2 days later, leaving his bride behind, he started to cross the Sahara, accompanied by a sheikh who was subsequently accused of planning his murder. Ghadames was reached, by an indirect route, in October 1825, and in December Laing reached Insola in the Tuareg territory, where he was well received by one particular group of Tuareg. On January 10, 1826, he left Tuareg and made for Timbuktu across the desert of Tinesruft. Letters written in May and July told of his suffering from fever and the plundering of his caravan by another group of Tuareg. Laing describes being wounded in 24 places in the fighting. Together with another survivor, he managed to reach Sidi al-Mukhtar, penniless and having lost his right hand. He joined another caravan and reached Timbuktu, thus becoming the first European to cross the Sahara from north to south. His letter dated from Timbuktu on 21 September announced his arrival in that city on the preceding 18th of August, and the insecurity of his position owing to the hostility of the Fula chieftain Bello, then ruling the city. He added that he intended leaving Timbuktu in 3 days' time. No further news was received from the explorer. From information pieced together later, it was ascertained that he left Timbuktu on the day he had planned. He may have been strangled by Tuareg raiders, 2 men pulling on each end of a turban wrapped around Laing's neck, on or about the night of September 26, 1826. Aftermath. Laing's papers were never recovered, and his father-in-law, Hanmer Warrington, accused the French, who also wanted to reach Timbuktu, of interference and having procured Laing's journal. However, there has never been any evidence for this. René Cayley reached Timbuktu 2 years after Laing and by returning alive was able to claim the 10,000 franc prize offered by the Société de Géographie for the feat. Both men were awarded the Gold Medal of the Society for 1830. In 1903, the French government placed a tablet bearing Laing's name and the date of his visit on the house occupied by him during his 38-day stay in Timbuktu. This house, located in the Djangariber district, inside the Old Town, was declared a national heritage by decree of December 18, 1992.